at Kyle Gibson signing?
Yeah, I'm excited to add Kyle, and talked to him a couple times, and traded text last night, and so we're excited to bring somebody with the career he's had, and coming off playing with a World Series club, and somebody with the veteran aspects that he brings is going to be huge for us.
Mike mentioned that you've been involved in a lot of the video calls they've been having. What have those been like for you?
It's been a lot of fun. I mean, we haven't really been doing those the last few years, and now to speak with guys about our organization and how we feel like we can help them, and talk about our team. It's been a lot of fun to get to know a lot of these guys, and yeah, it's been a cool experience.
What is that pitch that you're making?
Well, it's quite a few things. I think it depends on positionally too. I think, but I think we're what we did last year, how we can build off last year, the talent that we have on our team, the talent that we have coming. It's an attractive place to play, and the division we're in, and the type of talent we're going to have, and now we've really turned the corner. We're proud of turning the corner of what we went through the last few years, and now we're in a different mode, and now it's a winning mode, and trying to add guys that can help us win.
When you talk about building off last year, what's something that you want to improve or change or anything you tweak from last year that maybe going into 2023 is going to be the difference between?
Well, I think a lot of those guys had really valuable experience. I mean, we played the games that mattered up until the last series of the year, and with a pretty young core, pretty young group. Majority of their bullpen guys, a year to 2 years in the big leagues or less. You got Bradish and Kramer, and Tyler Wells was in with at the end, but those type of guys that have not much major league time. I just think getting more experience on the pitching side, of being able to pitch in meaningful games, I think that was important, and every year for our position player guys that have been 3-4 years in the big leagues now, just continuing to improve, and guys are getting better.
Brandon, every time a guy was in the minors doing well, we'd ask you about him, and you'd say that you like the guys you have here and all that. But now you kind of got, I wouldn't say a fresh slate, but now it's the winter, and you can kind of look. What is your wish list to kind of fill out the team and get where you want to go?
Well, I think Mike's been pretty transparent about what we're looking for, and that's starting pitching depth. I think for sure. I think some veteran presence is important. Possible, just adding more. I think more experienced major league players, and seeing how they fit on our club. I think that's going to be important to help our younger guys that don't have playoff experience, that don't have, winning. For me, that's what our veteran guys brought us last year, was an attitude of we're going to win, and it's we're better than how we're playing, and that we need to improve quickly. And I thought our guys that have never won before had changed the mindset of our club. And I think we just need to continue to add on to that, honestly. I think now our guys know that we are good. We have talented dudes. We have guys that have talent coming. And we just need to continue to play like we did, honestly, from June on.
What's going to be your message to them in 2 months?
Still working on that, Rich. I got some time to think about it, but yeah, I had some time to think about it.
But I mean, to make sure that they know that they're starting from zero, that they're not, they're not starting from 83 wins.
Right. No, it's a new year. There's no doubt. It's a new year. The teams in our division are only going to get better. We're going to improve also, and we're going to sign some players and give guys opportunity. But just because we've grown in talent and we're a little more exciting to watch, I think that we still have got a lot to prove, and we haven't been to the postseason yet. And that day's coming, but we still have a lot of work to do to get there.
Brandon, as you guys potentially add some veteran type of players, how do you as the manager make sure that young group of players, either those who have already been there or who are coming, still get opportunities? How do you still kind of balance that as the season goes on?
Well, I think those it's pretty much who can help us win. That's the bottom line right now. Is we're in to win right now, and I think that the attitudes changed a little bit from the past of giving a lot of guys opportunities because we're trying to see who can stick in the big leagues. Well, now it's about winning and about doing what we did. Honestly, what we did from June on was win a ton of series, beat some good clubs, and so I'm not going to. You want to give young players opportunity, but at the same time, we're not going to sacrifice, our team's wins and losses because of that.
Yesterday,
there's an ample supply of leadership in that clubhouse because you have lost some guys to free agency, Miles, Torino, who were big in that area.
Yeah, big time. I want to believe that guys are going to, with another year under their belt, they're going to step up. I think that they had some great examples of what leading in three different ways. But being around them for a full season, I thought that was going to be impactful for our guys to now take that next step. Some guys are going to step up into that type of role and be more comfortable talking in meetings and holding guys accountable a little easier. Now that these guys have played together and seen kind of what it looks like and what winning feels like, you want to believe that some of these guys can take the next step in their career.
Yesterday, Mike was saying that he thought Urias would be playing quite a lot of second base. Do you envision him as a sort of super utility guy this year?
For me, Ramon, it's a great story from last year. We played him a lot at shortstop in spring training. Remember, Mateo and him were splitting time at shortstop. Had no idea who our shortstop was going to be. Then moved Urias to second. We liked the way he played at third. We knew that he was going to be a good third baseman. But then it kind of just fell into Ramon's our everyday third baseman. He goes out and wins the Gold Glove. I'm really comfortable putting Ramon in a lot of different places, to be honest with you. And I think he's going to do a lot of things well. And play well at second base. I think he could stand at shortstop and be consistent over there for us also. But I think that second and third, he just proved that he can be an elite defender at third base, and I think he can be a good second baseman as well. And I think we're going to see kind of where we are roster-wise and see what the fit is. And that's what's so great about Ramon is that the versatility, and the more guys we can have like that can move around the field, it just benefits us and helps us from. Guard from injuries and guys out, etc. To be able to have more guys play in different spots.
What kind of conversations have you guys had so far about Adley's usage in terms of playing time behind the plate, DH, wherever?
We haven't talked about much lately, but I think that we're going to go into the year. That's an area we're going to, Mike's in the group are looking at too as backup catcher and who's going to be with Adley. So see how it goes, honestly. But that's something we'll discuss as Adley's playing time this next year.
You talked about pitching depth, but obviously John's probably not going to be back until mid-season, summertime, whatever. How difficult would it be going into next season without a established top of the rotation type guy, a guy who's maybe a little bit above a Gibson, or maybe it's kind of can show something to some of those younger guys?
Well, I think we'll see how it. We'll see where it lands here at the end. I think there's still a long way to go between now and March, but I feel great about, honestly, the progress that some of these guys made last year, and what Dean did the second half, what Bradish did the second half, what Tyler did in the first half. Grayson's going to be a part next year. Like we have, for me, it feels good knowing we have some real starting pitching candidates that have an opportunity to be good players, and so we'll kind of go in next year as if it stands right as it is right now. I feel good about our guys. Now, if we're going to add more, that's great. I mean, more depth, the better. The more experience, the better. So we'll see what happens.
Is Tengo somebody you could picture being in your rotation breaking camp, or potentially a bullpen guy? Or do you look at him as, I know there's a lot of time yet, but he's a starter either with us or down below?
No, I think that right now, we haven't even talked about it, honestly, but probably right now, if we go into spring, we'd build him up to be at least a multiple inning guy. Then we'll kind of go and see what the rotation looks like and see what the bullpen looks like from there.
How good is it to have that, just all those starting candidates? How nice is it to have that going into spring, and from past experience, just the battles for rotation spots?
Yeah, no, I think that and we talked about Austin Voth too. So Austin Voth, who had did a great job for us in the rotation. He got an opportunity and ran with it. And what he did with a 3+ ERA, beating really good clubs, he's definitely going to be in the mix also. So to have the more depth you can have in the rotation, obviously the better. We've been, you got to stay fortunate with injuries, and you always worry about things in spring training. But right now, the core guys we have rotation-wise had a lot of success that second half, and want to see them build on it.
How important is it to add, first base depth just to help that Mountcastle doesn't have to be out there as frequently to kind of get him off his feet a little bit?
I think that's a possibility, but I'm not worried about Mounty's durability, honestly. Young guy, athletic. I think he's going to be, going to be an impact middle of the order bat, and so that's not, for me, that's not a huge priority.
Health-wise, everybody make it through so far? Okay. Have you had any updates or anything on anybody?
Only positive. I saw a few guys in Sarasota I saw Means. Means looks unbelievable. I saw Urias. He looks great. So everybody's on track to where they should be.
After seeing Mateo short, were you disappointed he wasn't even a finalist?
Very disappointed. Yeah. Thought the Fielding Bible got it right. No, I felt like he should at least been a finalist. Just what the impact he made for us defensively, the shortstop he played, the work he put in. I want him to see him get rewarded for all the work that he put in. Never being an everyday player in the big leagues and playing every day at short and doing the job he did was outstanding. For me, it's nice to up the middle how we're looking right now with Adley behind the plate and Mateo, the way he can play shortstop, Said what he does in center field, Ramon what he did at third base, Austin Hayes, the kind of defense he played left. For me, our defense doesn't get talked enough about, honestly, of what we did, how much improvement we made defensively to help out our pitchers, but also the ability to get off the field and stay in games. We did a great job defensively last year, and these guys aren't old, so they're going to continue to get better.
Along those lines, how do you see Gunnar being used next year?
Then you had Gunnar the last month of the year too, which adds another dimension defensively as well. A guy that can play both both spots on the left side of the field and do them extremely well. Love the way he played third base. Didn't play short much because of Georgie, but when he did, he really impressed. So we're going to have some good problems in spring training potentially of some really good players that we need to play.
Is there a possibility to move?
We're looking forward to playing.
Is there a possibility to move Gunnar to second, or is that a kind of an experiment?
We haven't talked about that right now. That was probably unfair to him, honestly, when I did that. And it was mainly because I wanted to get all those guys in the lineup at the same time, and Ramon was playing so well at third base, and kind of put Gunnar in a tough spot, honestly, to play a spot in the big leagues. He's already played two, and then put him in a third. I wish that wouldn't have happened, but yeah, I think it's hard enough to play defense in the big leagues at one spot, and to ask him to kind of do what I asked him to do was challenging. But if he had reps, he'd be able to do it. He could probably play anywhere.
You didn't get a lot of chance to look at Kyle Stowers the last 6 weeks of the year. You didn't get as much playing time. What are you thinking about in spring training for him, or what's your outlook for him?
I think if the roster stays right now, he's going to have an opportunity to win a major league job, and they did some impressive things late. Took some good at bats, some big homers. They got great experience playing in the games we were playing in against our division, against Houston in September. Kyle's got a ton of ability. We believe in him as a hitter. He's going to have huge power. He's going to make some adjustments at the plate and continue to improve, and he walks. He's going to be able to play corner outfield defense. So, like what we have in Kyle.
Santander's gotten better every year. Do you think he's going to continue to build off that and next year maybe take everything to a whole other level?
He had a great season, and bottom line with him was just trying to keep him healthy all year, knowing that he had the ability to put the offensive numbers up that he did. And that's why I DH'd him so much, honestly, in those middle part of the season. Was I wanted him in the lineup. I wanted him to have 4 at-bats a night. And really proud of how far he's come, honestly, as a pro, how he takes care of himself, the work he puts in. how he's emerging into a little bit of a leadership role. He's going to continue to do that. So, really proud of the year he had.
What do you think of the new schedule? Like that, I mean, that AL East meat grinder that you have to play half your season against the whole time. Now it's only 12 games a week.
What do I think about it? I think it's a little more fair. Yeah, I think it's more fair for everybody, and I'm looking forward to it. I think that all the AL East is looking forward to it.
Is it too bad that it comes to this point in the cycle where you guys are on your way up?
I don't know. I think that I think it's gonna be fun too, playing everybody. You know, I think that's going to be a fun part. I know it's going to be more travel, but I think to be able to play every single team is going to be enjoyable for everybody, which means playing some of the guys we play against all the time a little bit less. I think we're okay with that.
Un saludo a la gente de Máquina Deportiva, de su amigo Luis Montero.